Thanks so much, guys. It's great to be here in New York. And thank you. You can probably tell from my accent that I come from Harlem. I come from Ireland, and I live here now. I live in New York. And you're very good at making foreign people feel welcome. How you do that is you just do our accents. Please stop it. Every time you guys try to do an Irish accent, you sound like you're from Pakistan. You can't, like, dub in the morning, do you, sir? No. No. Stop, please. I am married. I married one of you. Yes, I did. I married a girl from here, and it's tough. It's tough being married. It's tough in a relationship because you gotta buy gifts, right? Two types of guys in the world. Girls, you know if you have one. Lads, you know if you are one. Amazing at buying gifts. You know what I'm talking about, girls? On Valentine's, your birthday, you'll open up a little black box. You go, I don't know, what is it? What could it be? And you're gonna go, it's seashell.
Yeah, that's right, honey. You remember 4 years ago when you and I took that walk on the beach, and as the sun was setting behind you, you looked down and said, that's the most beautiful seashell you've ever seen. Well, I went back and I got it for you, and I engraved our special date on it. I made it into a necklace, and now you have a seashell.
There's guys like that, and then there's guys like me. Look, tell me what you want, and I'll go get it for you. We're not bad people, we just need guidance. It was her birthday not so long ago, she went, get me perfume. I went, no problem. Girls, don't do that. Tell us what perfume you want. Because if you used to get me a blender, I'll go, no problem, easy peasy, turn on television, look at the commercials. Have you ever seen a commercial for perfume? They're no help to us whatsoever. They're usually black and white, and they take place at a fancy ball with people wearing masks. And there's always a gorgeous woman in a beautiful dress, and she's been chased through the crowd by a creepy guy in a tuxedo. Her pearl necklace, it will break open for some reason. She'll go running down the steps, her shoe goes flying off, she'll jump onto a horse and gallop away, jump onto a ladder which is attached to a helicopter, get whisked out of sight. The creepy guy who was chased her comes down the stairs looking very confused, but then fades to black, no, je t'aime, She wants to get her first tattoo. I like tattoos on girls. I think tattoos on girls are very sexy. Right? Yeah. Not a prison thing on your face. That's scary. And here's the thing. If you have a tattoo on your body tonight, chances are will have a personal meaning. You put it on your body, you take with you to your life's journey. My wife's grandmother, bless her, passed away a few months ago. Her name is Rose. So she said to her, for my grandmother, I want to get a rose. And I want to have it come up here in my ribs and out into my breast. And her breasts are not that big. I don't know why. I don't know why I'm doing that. Such wishful thinking. And leave the breast alone, girls. Right, lads? You don't need to add art to a breast to make us any more interesting than we already are. Put on the arm. The arm's a piece of crap. It's just hanging there. It does nothing. The only way you're going to make a breast look any better is if you get a tattoo of another breast. And then you have people who don't like tattoos, the anti-tattoo people. Look, I've no problem with that. Whenever you ask them, why don't you like tattoos, it's always the same answer, isn't it? When you're 95, you're going to look terrible. I agree with you. You're 95. You're supposed to look terrible. And is a tattoo on a 95-year-old? Is that the deal breaker? My point is, show me a 95-year-old that if it wasn't for her tattoo, I'd gladly bang her. I can't see myself having this conversation like, oh, Ethel, come here, love, listen. You know, if it wasn't for that Celtic cross on your bat wing, I'd be buying you breakfast, sweetheart. Marriage is tough, relationships are tough. They really are, right? We have a lot of fights. We fight a lot of times because like girls, you like to nag a little bit every once in a while. Now, I've no problem with you nagging because I know we give you reasons to nag, so I'm kind of on your side. I just have problems when you girls nag at inappropriate times. I'll tell you a story when my wife nagged at an inappropriate time that happened a few months ago. I live out on Long Island, New York, and someone broke into my house. Right? It happened about 4 o'clock in the morning. Now my mother-in-law and her boyfriend were staying with us that night at a different part of the house. So we woke up to my mother-in-law screaming, help us, somebody help us. Tables and chairs were getting knocked over, my dog was going crazy. I went, oh my God, this is it. Now if something happens to a man in a time of a crisis, I'm not saying it doesn't happen to women, I'm sure it does. It's encoded in our DNA to protect our family. So I reach under my bed. Under my bed I have a weapon thing. Right? It's one of those baton things. Not a marching band baton. You broke into the wrong house now. It's one of those cop things that slide out, right? So I'm about to go deal with this situation, and then the nagging started, right? I was like, okay, honey, no, I know what I'm doing. I can't go up there just yet, but I will. No, hang on, I can't. Because I'm not wearing any pants, that's why. I can't go up there in my underwear, he won't take me seriously. Because they're Batman underwear. Just because I have on Batman underwear doesn't mean I am Batman. You did, you bought them for me. You remember last Christmas you asked me who my favourite superhero was? I said the Hulk, but for some reason you bought this crap. No, all my other underwear's in the hamper, it's overflowing over there. I'm not saying it's your job. I'm not saying it's your job. All I'm saying is I'm on the road 4 days a week. Maybe it wouldn't kill you to knock a load or two. Why are you crying? Oh, I swear to God, honey, you're acting like a bitch right now. You're really. I didn't call you. I said you're acting. How is that the same thing? All right, we're talking when I come. No, when I come back down, oh, screw it. I'll go now, shall I? She had nagged me so much. Right, that I didn't care if this guy had a gun. I would have walked blindly to what could have been a gunfight at the OK Corral. Her powers of nagging were so strong that this guy could have had a chainsaw, but rather take my chances with him going instead of him going. It turned out it was just a raccoon that got in the house. They left the back door open. Raccoon came in, dog chasing on the table like Benny Hill. I own two children. My daughter's 11 and my son just turned 8. And my daughter had her very first dance recital recently. It was in front of 1,000 people in this auditorium. She looked about this big on a stage, so much. She had this beautiful purple dress on. She went up to the 6-minute solo all by herself. And halfway through her routine, I got choked up a little bit. I got very teary-eyed because seeing my little girl alone on that stage, I realised, as a father, I've been wasting so much money on dance lessons. She's absolutely crap. I was just standing going, what in God's name is this? No, if you're crap at something, get out of it. Stop wasting my time and money. Her dress costs more than my car. But the best thing about having children, and you know this if you have them or if you want to have them, is that you don't have to make love anymore. It's gone. Good luck to it. It's like a cruise ship has left the dock and you're not on it. Right? You just stand there going. Feeling hot, hot, hot. My record of a dry spell, 9.5 months. I tell you how I broke that streak because I'm coming very close to breaking it again. Now, when my daughter was first born 11 years ago, we used to live in an apartment with my wife and in her parents' house. Now, when a child comes into your life, you will unintentionally drive a wedge right down the middle of your marriage. Right? You're no longer a husband and wife or a boyfriend and girlfriend, whatever the situation is. You're a parent. Two different things. So my in-laws saw this before we did, so they came down the stairs and said, would you like us to take your daughter for a night and you guys just head out? I practically just threw the kid at them. I was like, here you go. Everything paper in. Here's the diapers, half the baby monitor. I grabbed my wife and I hit the door. I said, honey, all I want to do is see a movie. I want to sit in a dark room, 2.5 hours, shut the world out. I just want to see a movie. Here's what she said to me. She went, why don't we just sneak off to a motel? I said, because of terrible movies there. I didn't think that popcorn, that's a terrible idea. So we went out that night, saw a very funny movie, had a romantic meal, we came home and we had the sex. Now, folks, you know that night, and I will call it that night because it may only happen to you once in a lifetime. It could even be tonight. But you know that night we are so caught up with the heat and the animalistic of it all that you will say things to each other. Dirty things. My personal favourite is, honey, I'm going to drive you like you're a rent-a-car. That's what I say. You might say something different, right? Throw it out there, see what sticks. But you say things that are so bad and disgusting that when you wake up the next morning, you can't believe you were the one that said it. You can't even make eye contact with each other. You're so ashamed of yourself. Like, what? No, I don't want any eggs from you at all. We had that night. The very next morning, my father-in-law came down the stairs in an extremely bad mood, shoved all the baby stuff into my chest and said, did you have fun last night? I said, yeah, it wasn't too bad. Okay, come here, do me a favour. Next time, turn off the baby monitor. Thank you so much, ladies and